Hi, Vadd here, and welcome to episode 8 of ARK Reborn. Look, an elite mosquito, just what we wanted, a Meganera. This would be another elite tier, and it would be a fun thing to have tamed when we first started out. They do eat rotten meat. We are going to talk levels. The AG Reborn mod requires you to get to level 140 in order to unlock all the engrams. I was hard capped in the 120s. I have all the ARK maps. I even went to a separate map and made another survivor. I put that survivor through all of the alpha bosses and got them to the top level in ARK. I put them into the AG Reborn mod and it still pulled my levels down into the 120s, which was a little upsetting. I don't think that's how it should be because you have to get to level 140 in order to unlock everything. I'm going to preface this by saying if you are responsible and willing to and looking to die every time I say the word bug, go ahead and take a swig of your favorite drink. Maybe that's maple syrup, maybe that's just some water. Whatever it is, we're gonna be in for a bit of a bumpy ride this episode. Listen, we need to get to level 140, and I reached out to the AG Reborn community and was told, hey, just change your ARK files. Ooh, I do not want to change my ARK files. They work. I load the game and I push play and I'm happy. So I did a thing you shouldn't do, and I copy and pasted. Someone gave me some, they're like, hey, watch this thing, and just copy and paste what they did. So I copy and pasted their code into my code, and I don't know if I got hacked. I don't know how it works, but bottom line, I now have more levels so that I can move on. I don't think that's the way it should have to be. I don't think you should have to mess with your ARK files to play the mod. That doesn't make sense. There's got to be a way to code the mod to get your levels up. I showed you in episode 7, we talk about a workaround for the golden dinos. It's the dino storage mod. It's in the mod list. You have to go into the soul terminal, into options, into automation, and then you have to enable automation. Again, I don't want to have another mod just to get this mod to work. The Dino Storage mod has a really good in-depth how to make the mod do what you want to do, what it can do on the Steam Workshop page. And at the very bottom, it has passive generation. You have to go into that mod and enable passive generation. It was not default enabled for me. And once you've done all of those steps, right? Get AG Reborn, go get your golden dodos, download this other mod, go into that mod, set it up so it allows passive generation. We're on day 116. We're not going to take the whole video on this, but we are going to find out what it takes to get these health packs from these golden dodos. It's day 116, and I've made a mistake. I'm not wearing my fancy prime armor, and I came back to my recording and I was dead, which is kind of terrifying because nothing's happened and it's been quite a while. So when I jump back in, I discovered that there's 49, there's 12 golden dodos in here, there's 49, it's only day 128. Okay, so in like 12 days, every single dodo this time made 4 health packs and another. Let's try again. It's day 128. I've got my fancy, prime hide armor on to protect me, and nothing's showing up. The days, the nights, they go by. I come, I check, I leave. We're not going to have that whole conversation again. Then occurred to me that maybe the soul terminal is just not showing it to me live when they generate. So I hopped out really quick and I loaded back in 79. How long have I? Yeah, 152 days in ARK. What is going on? I don't know. Look, here's what you need to know. You can get a load more health packs when they're in the soul terminal. This is the most epic fight I found so far in this mod. I hope you enjoy it. This is a Hesperornis running down a Lystrosaurus. Yes. No. It's bullying this little Lystro. I'm stuck on a rock. This is embarrassing. Okay, we'll just grapple our way up here. Look, I don't want to have to mess with my ARK files to get my levels up. I want the mod, if things are unlocked at engram level 140, then now it's really just going to beat this Lystro up. That Lystro is dumb as rocks. If things are only unlocked at level 140, I want to be able to have them and use them at level 140, and my character should level to 140. Or if my character doesn't level to 140, that just makes sense in my head. It was very upsetting. And then to find out that, hey, the hitching post doesn't really work. Oh, another Hesperornis. Man, they just run this beach. That dodo is pretty fast. Okay. I don't want to have to download I have the hitching post, because if you leave things on wander, sometimes they wander off. I know Vanilla Ark has that red circly hitching post thingy. It does not always do its job. Okay, we're just going to help. We've done a thing. We're trying to save Delistro. Look, I don't want to have to download other mods to get this mod to do its thing. We tamed a Biotoxin Jug Bug. Welcome to Fruit Loops. This is we've been breeding the Pteranodons. It took 3 sets. We tamed 2, this is a fire Pteranodon. We tamed fire Pteranodons, and then they wouldn't breed. We tamed the second set of a breeding pair. They wouldn't breed with the new ones or the old ones. We tamed a third set of a breeding pair, and they would breed. I have no idea what happened with the first 2, so I have 4 flame Pteranodons I just left on wander and aggressive. It's a thing. And now I have this one, Fruit Loops, but of course we need to deliver a little justice because nothing goes unpunished. We can't tame anything. Yeah, 10,000 damage. That sounds about right, sure. Look, you want to tame some Biotoxin Jug Bugs. We're going to talk more about breeding in a future episode. I just wanted to update you. Yes, we did successfully breed Elemental Pteranodons. The first 4 just, I don't know, they're eunuchs, okay? They just didn't do their job. So, you want to tame Biotoxin Jug Bugs. It's on the list of passive generating creatures you want to be taming in the early game. We're still just using the kibble we got from the drop earlier in the series. They're a passive tame. They tend to spawn in groups of 1 to 3. Here they are, hitched on the hitching post on wander. And let's see what they do. If we go into their inventory, look, it's a bug. It says take oil. It's a biotoxin. See on the left there, we get biotoxin, not oil. Okay. They're all full, and let's see how much we get this time. What are you thinking? You think we'll get all 200? We're going to take the biotoxin, and when we go to take the buggy oil, and we get 50 biotoxin. This is awesome. This is so great. We need that biotoxin to progress. Well, what you don't know is that if you don't go into the inventory, you never actually get all of the biotoxins, bugs, oil. It's actually in there, and you can't get it without gathering from it twice. So it's a bug. It's mislabeled, and you have to actually pull from its inventory twice. Once from inside of it, once from outside of it, and then you actually get everything you need. But why do we need it? Well, we could have made a trank arrow for some narco berries and a stone arrow back at level 10, and it even has an improved version in the mod. We could make the advanced trank arrow. Both, I think, are a little bit better than the ARK Vanilla 21 trank arrow, but see, it costs 10 narcotic and Titan and Boa Venom. That's just way too expensive. So we went with the trank pike, which was at level 30. It was a little more expensive, but it was cheaper than every arrow we would shoot to tame something. There are these health boosters we could have used. I mentioned them once before, just showing you that they do cost several hundred to 1,000 berries, which I think they're reasonably priced for the boost and level they get. So we could level up the trank pike pretty quick, but we don't want the trank pike. We really want to be, if we're going to shoot an arrow, it's gone. You shoot it, it's over. You've lost it. We want to shoot the metal trank arrows. Problem. We need to get to level 80. Solution, build your berry warehouse, get the XP boosters, but we need 50 biotoxin. Where have you seen that? The other issue we have is we also need metal arrows. Metal arrows can only be fired from a compound bow, and both of those things you need a fabricator to make, which means gas to run. Look, there's a lot going on in this episode. There's a lot to kind of get off the ground and running in ARK Reborn. We're still working on taming as many golden dodos as we can. We're still killing the weaker prime alphas, and we're still trying to get silver treats, which do spoil, so we're putting them in fridges from the silver zom dodos. They do all tend to spawn in together, which is nice, but it's all just kind of different, pies we have in the oven cooking at once that we're trying to move in a positive direction with. The golden dodo can break stone. It's just dumb. It won't. The S+ farmer does not want to eat the soup. I gave it the soup it likes. It's not putting things in the plots. I activate it, I deactivate it, then I gave it a generator, then I read it needed a tech generator. I don't know. Look, here's the soul terminal. And if I put the poop bugs in here, they'll poop in my terminal and throw it in the plots, but only, like we talked about earlier, if you go into automation and you set up the auto deposit thing. I have no idea if this works. I've never done it before. I'm mostly just panicking and praying that all my crops don't fly. Any way you swing it, if it does work, great. I built these box cubes. I thought they were kind of fun, and There's a reason that most ARK channels I don't think show a lot of building, unless it's like specifically a building channel. It's not all that glamorous, but I think I wanted to get a little bit away from talking about the bugs and show off this build. And maybe you know how to do this, but if you don't, it kind of matches the aesthetic, and I wanted to update you. I didn't show you placing all the structures. You're welcome, you're welcome. But hey, look, how do we line up the gates? Well, it's an old farmer's trick. I'm just kidding. I don't know if it's an old farmer's trick. We're just going to use a ladder. We walk up the ladder and we place the gate. That's it. If this wasn't lined up where we wanted, we would just place the ladder one step back. That's it. That's pretty simple, right? I thought this would just be a nice change of pace from all the varied topics we covered in episode 8 here, to just place some structures, see them go down. I don't know what I'm going to put inside of these. I've been trying to do a random shout out to the subscriber pool, but there's a lot of things that have to go right for that to work. Someone has to subscribe, and I have to get notified by YouTube, and that's notoriously difficult. Then they have to have certain privacy settings set to public, and then I've got a bot that collects them so that I can put them in a lottery so it's random, so I'm not just like picking all my friends or something. But I don't always get enough subscribers in a week to do that every episode, and it doesn't always fit in the episode. And, you know, there's always the carrot and the stick, and I've been trying the carrot because I thought maybe it's kind of nice to say, hey, you know, here's a way to include you in the episode. You know, you subscribe to a YouTube channel because you like it. You want to show your support. You want to see more of it. You like where it's going with things. I really thought that would be kind of a fun way to get you, the viewer, involved, but maybe it's not nearly as effective as the stick, so I thought I'd change tactics for one episode. This episode, I've decided it's subscribe or else. Okay, we'll see what happens. In other news, this build's just about done. I think we'll store something inside of here. We're just going to enjoy the ambiance of the Sky Captain base. I hope you're looking forward to episode 9. I'm fairly confident this is all that's going to make it into episode 8. Oh my goodness, please. If you learned something or enjoyed this video, share it with a friend. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. If you have joined and enjoyed before, welcome back. If you would like to see more quality content, please consider joining me in supporting the channel through Patreon and utilizing the affiliated links. Thanks!